Hi, and welcome back. So, this is the second part of this session. So, just as a little bit of a reminder for those of you at home, if you watched the previous episode, we are on the second day of the journey. This is actually, as you can see probably in your screen now, I'm going to move this actually a little bit back so you can see this on your screen. We're in the middle of the 19th day of the 6th month of the year, which for the Solamnics in here is called Homeswealth, and for everybody else is called Corrich, and it's the 19th day, and it's only 2 days before the summer solstice, which you know by now that is basically the day when is the whatever treaty or I don't know, a peace offering or surrendering between the Knights of Solamnia and the Knights of Takhisis is over. So that's why you need to find a solution before then. Okay? So, anything else that I should need to tell anybody? No?
Johann spoke with the dragon.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Jonah had a cool conversation with the dragon that they fought yesterday. Well, yeah, last night basically.
Yeah, but the people saw it. Like everyone watched it. That
yeah. If you missed that episode, please go back and watch it before you watch this. It's short.
You can find it here.
Yeah, we're gonna put something there so you can actually follow along. And then
one of the cool things is I believe Karas fixed his ranged attack issue.
Oh yeah, I choose a spell, so maybe that will work in the next fight. I will keep a secret what spell I use. I select.
Yeah,
we'll see in the next fight when it comes. We'll try to see. Okay.
Today, let's go.
Let's go back to the Moon Chaser, to the main deck of the Moon Chaser. So I'm going to say that unless anybody has anything else to say, we're going to finish the day.
I had an offer.
Sure.
I literally am proficient in medicine. Like, I'm not just with the miracles, so I could also tend to the injured in the non-miraculous capacity. And I mean, I do have spell slots and stuff. So
yeah,
I can't currently, regenerate missing limbs, but I could tend to pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
Notice the currently in that sentence.
Yeah.
Not yet, but coming soon.
We are going there.
Yeah, we're going there. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
So,
Turn to Elena and the rest of the crew.
I actually have a question about Elena for you, Alejandro. Would you have trained her more into an attacker or a defender?
What is her natural style that you say?
I think she's more of a defender than an attacker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And defender.
And then, sure, go ahead.
No. Yeah. I was thinking how was the training?
Yeah, because the thing is that I'm thinking about statting both Elena and Ulrich as sidekicks, especially Elena, I think.
Yeah.
So good. Actually, the warrior sidekick has two options. One of them is attacker and defender, and I was like, I don't know which one
Yeah, I don't know that I'm turning her into a mini Haldrad, like like me. It's not like
exactly. Yeah, sure.
Do as I say, no as I do.
As I do, exactly.
For starters, she doesn't have the magical equipment required to do all those things.
Yeah, let's start with that. For sure.
And she knows that in battle, Haldrad is pretty sure, like, that is the big guy. I'm fighting that. You handle the rest.
Exactly. Okay, anything else we need to check on before we start the session proper, let's say?
I don't think so.
No?
Cue our intro.
Yeah, cue intro, yes. Welcome back to Dragonlance Summer of Change. Intro. goes here.
Okay.
And we go back. Yeah, thank you. I love that intro. I've watched it a couple of times now and I still love it. Okay, so I'm going to say would you like to have any conversation or anything during dinner, or should we skip to the watches?
I mean, I think I would fill people in on the promise that I made, the Black Death.
Yeah,
and
sure.
The hope of the Black Death.
Yeah.
So wait, he could see you and speak to you?
Yes.
Is that something common on your
It is not. But it is... Ancient dragons such as that, they have a presence that is beyond...
They can see stuff.
Many of them are powerful wizards, and others have powers beyond what we would commonly associate with their...
Did you tell him about the Maester of the Skull Knights, Guldor?
I mentioned that he was probably not someone worthy of an oath, that such responsibility goes both ways, and that if the dragon was a creature of honor, as it seemed to be, in its own way, I do not believe it follows a knightly oath in any way, but it has its own measure of honor, that the creature giving it orders, Guldar Darkheart, is not. Short additional evidence, I don't expect the dragon would in any way take action against Guldar, but perhaps a moment's hesitation when next given an order that it disagrees with.
Yeah.
I have a weird question. If the dragon was able to see you spy him, do you think that they could spy us?
Depends how much Haldrath left inside its mouth, and if any of that was dissolved in the acid. That would make things easier. But Haldrath is a remarkably resilient soul. Any arcane means of spying would be unlikely to succeed. It's not impossible, however. They are indeed quite powerful.
I think it's something that maybe is good to be aware in case that we have some eyes or some ears.
It should be good to have more of an arcane perspective on the matter to know if we can ward against this. Do you know?
There are spells that allow that can detect invisible creatures. Such a thing would show a sensor. It may be indeed that is how the dragon was able to see my scrying, and once it became aware, it was able to pull my consciousness through. I do not believe I can currently do that, although I might be able to prey upon that.
No, and it should be something that we could be able to maintain, or at least use on our more important meetings. That, to be sure, we don't have any kind of structure. We talk when we need. So
I could propose to speak in another language, but I don't think that we have another one in common that is not common.
well, nah. I have never been so much for subterfuge. If they want to know, they're gonna know. Let them come.
Your
So-
ship, you're the captain, it's your choose.
In a bit of meta, we all speak Infernal, whatever that means in Dragonlance, because there is like,
Oops.
there are lower planes, kind of, but it's not held in a standard D&D cosmology. But yeah,
I don't know how the planes function in this setting.
I
Anyway.
Yeah.
This is meta. Me, Jose, I didn't know that we share that language.
I think clearly we had a very interesting adventure in the past where we had to whatever Infernal is, because
Well, I mean that for Keras it make totally sense, but I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
we'd have to figure out what that
Yeah.
what that
I choose it for a reason.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I don't know if that reason is
It's the same one.
like applies to the whole team. But having an adventure that we're forced to learn Infernal, well, that's up to discuss.
Yeah. We can discuss that. Definitely sounds like an interesting adventure to talk about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oops.
So I'm gonna say that the dinner was very nice. It was like there was lots of vegetables because
Thank you.
some of you don't eat meat, and for the rest of you there was like roasted pork, and as like a dessert like a creme caramel that Zara was able to cook. And everybody's surprised, like, how do you do this? Safi asked. We have like shit here. Like, pardon the language.
Grain and fucking rice.
And she's like, you have your things. I have my methods. Please enjoy. And yeah, you get to have like a nice dessert. And yeah, it's
Thank
time
you for the
to.
meal.
You're welcome. Most welcome. So actually, I ordered you, basically putting you Keras on one side alone because you're so big. And then everybody else is around the table. So anything you would like to do or say before the watches? Okay, how are we doing watches tonight? The same as last night, or are we changing the order?
I will take the second.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was
I'll
the
take
same as
first.
you did. Okay, you do.
Then,
So same order.
I take the first one then.
No, Keras, you would be last, like last night.
Okay.
Sure. And really what we're going to do here is that we're going to, I think, in this case, I think, Elena says, I'll take first watch, so go to sleep and I'll wake Jonah up for the second watch, and then everybody, basically in that sense, everybody gets, 2 hours of watch, and then the rest of the hours you can sleep, so you get the full rest
Yeah.
next morning.
If Elena is offering herself to do it,
Yeah.
I didn't question that if she is able with the wounds, and it's like, okay, you got it.
And Ulrike like waiting, and she says, you would have had first watch with me, but since you work all day because I was otherwise unavailable, you're going to get to go to bed early tonight. He's like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And he goes to bed probably early. Okay, so let's go to the night map. It's time to start our watches. So we're going to start with our second watch because the first watch, not so interesting. So let's go for. I'm going to say then in this case, you should be able to see everything by now, yeah. Or is still, do you still have the walls and everything up?
No,
Or
There is no walls, but there is. It's dark,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I think it's just as you wanted.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna turn the light on because the map is still a little bit dark. Well,
No.
I can actually work with the brightness.
I think that we can
Yeah.
How does
see
this look?
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
But
How
this
does
way
look?
we remember where things should be in the ship,
Oh,
Yeah.
Exactly.
while
that's
still
that's right.
showing
That's
the
it.
radius of visible light.
Yeah. So tonight I think we're going to start with Bandira on first shift, or at least when you get to your shift, Jonah. Bandira is the one that is
What the hell?
at the helm. Yeah. The rest of the ship is basically asleep. Everybody worked here today. Everybody's like missing some rest tonight. So yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I would go up and thank them for the hard work that they're doing, and promise that it'll be over soon, one way or the other.
That is true. That is true. You're coming ever closer to. And now I think like about this point in the adventure of your travels, I think you are getting like closer. You should be there by probably late next day.
Mhm.
You're getting closer and closer to God's home, or where you're supposed God's home is.
Mhm.
So that's about it in that case. So okay, so anything you would like to do during your watch, Jonah?
No,
So give me then a perception check.
I have advantage on those. So
yeah.
just regular because it's dark and I don't have dark vision? Or-
Yeah. But you having your torches, or you're going
Yeah.
around with some. If you're going around with some light, then roll a straight roll. Yeah.
13.
That's
Those were
pretty
two
good.
very bad rolls.
Could be better. Could be
Mhm.
worse. Not too worse. Not too much worse. But can you roll a d20, please, for all of us without any modifiers?
Sure. 19.
Interesting. Good roll.
Ancient black dragon. Ancient black
No,
dragon.
no, that was the one. This is
Yeah, this is the other way around.
this is adult silver dragon.
Ah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your watch comes and goes. You can see in the sky, Lunitari is almost out of the sky by now. She's probably gonna be gone for tomorrow night. And on the other hand, Solinari is shining bright. Solinari, remember, is the white.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, Lonitari is the red. And like Solinari is getting bigger and bigger, like shining more and more. Especially after last night, it seems bigger. And Noitari is nowhere to be seen. Of course, you know. And I think the night goes. Your 2 hours at least, you know, they go pretty quiet. It's cold. It's very cold. But you're able to, I think, you know, sustain the cold and you know, you're accustomed to it in a way. Or I should say, you know, you don't mind the cold as much. And yeah, after a couple of hours, it's time for Haldreth.
I'll look to Solinari and say a quick phrase of I wish we had one of your followers with us. It would make things easier, but we shall do our best. And then I'll go wake up Haldrath and go, you have a meeting scheduled, my friend.
You have a weird feeling after you say that. Like, it's just goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
You say that and you get like this. I mean, you know, after you said the prayer to Solinari.
Yeah.
And then, you know, whatever.
Thank you. I wouldn't like to be late. Everything's all right.
Yes. Quiet
good.
night so far.
Let's hope it ends that way. Let's get some. Go and get some sleep. And I'm gonna take my great sword, my cloak, like a fucking cold,
Yeah.
and let's
Very
go.
good. Awesome. So, Jonah goes to sleep. It's your turn, Haldrath. Would you like to do anything or say anything?
Yeah. First, I'm gonna take out my great sword, and now that I can see a light tint of black on the blade, I'm gonna
Yeah.
like point the blade to each of the moons, and actually I'm gonna take some time, like shadow blading, I don't know, shadow boxing, but with my
Yeah,
great sword.
Sure.
Shadow swording, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just some minutes, like 10 minutes, 20, to empty my mind. Then I'm gonna put the sword down. And don't say anything. I'm gonna stay there, waiting.
You hear a voice that says, "So silent, my knight. Yesterday you were much more talkative. Hope you haven't swore any vow of silence or anything boring like that."
It didn't feel appropriate for me to demand that the gods reveal themselves to me.
See? Wise and interesting. And then you see her. This is like no trick like yesterday night. This is her. And this is what she looks like. She has flowing red hair. And she stands like, and she's like, you feel like her presence like very almost like immaterial to a degree. But she's here. Says, "So, you called me, and I came. What can I do for you, Haldroth Wyrmblood?"
It's only her, right?
Yes.
Yesterday, we were talking, and you said things that called my attention. First thing first, the matter that we have. Is Takhisis behind the threat that prevents the gods from interfering?
My aunt usually is, but not in this case. As far as we can tell, she is in line with us. All of them are.
That would be quite a surprise.
I know.
Actually, that is quite amusing because yesterday you said that free will is what drove us in our path. And now you're talking about the gods fighting together against this threat. Free will, I think, is happening again. What, if I can ask, what is free will to you? How do you know that your actions are your own?
There are many paths in this world. And every time you do something, every time you make a choice, one of them becomes reality and another one disappears. Sometimes many, sometimes few. You, for example, you could have been maybe a great wizard in another life, I suppose. Another branch of the river. Time is like a river, a great river, that always goes towards the sea of infinity, and has its origins in Sivalin. But then, every time you make a choice, some of the branches die, some of them become stronger. When you have the chance to choose which choices to make, then you have free will.
But what power those choices? You said yesterday that my sword, my strength, my dexterity, it wasn't my greatest asset. And I agree. But even today, I know that my best attributes are borrowed from someone else, someone better that taught me, well, even my ideals are from someone else. I adopted them, said to myself that I'd make them my own, but I have my doubts. How can I say that I'm acting on free will if what makes me me is just stuff that I take from her?
Maybe you should have been a wizard. What a waste. What are you doing with these knights? They're fine, but they don't think these things. Interesting.
I don't know if I could be able to maintain concentration for 2 straight full hours, so I don't know if I could have been one of your followers.
I only jest, but there is some truth in it, as always, as in everything. Always a sliver of truth, even when we don't want it to listen to it. You chose, even if you can't see it. I think you can. You chose to follow that path long ago. You chose to be inspired. You chose to do the things that you have done. You're choosing even now. Most of your people, most of your fellow knights, are either now defending a tower or defending their own castles or saying their last prayers to their gods before meeting their end in battle. So you have chosen and you keep on choosing. And that's what I said, that your greatest strength is in your heart and not in your sword arm. Not because I don't appreciate or value your training and your experience. It's because you can always choose. You can always change your choices. I know that you sometimes think, mortals, that once you chose the path, you must stay in the path. But those are your illusions. We have made sure that you have that choice.
See, I couldn't be a wizard because even I have a god in front of me telling me all these words. I don't know if I truly understand them, but I think that there is nothing to understand. I have to maybe put some trust behind it.
And then she stumbles and almost falls to the ground.
I'm going to help. Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
what is happening?
This is not free. But I wanted to do this. I made my own choices.
I didn't know.
We are fighting a battle we have never fought. In all the thousands of years this world has existed. We're trying to maintain reality whole. But even now, I can feel it slipping through our hands. Even the 21 of us combined cannot stop this. It's just too much.
Tell me if I can do something to help. My sword is yours.
You are already. And she touches you, and now you feel her touch. It's very cold. And she says, you will have a chance no other mortal has ever had. Hardred Wyrmblood. You and your friends will. And you will see places and travel to places that no mortal has seen before, not in the flesh. That's as much as I can see of the future. But the future is uncertain. There isn't much. But you have it in you. Keep going. We will not see each other this way. Not unless you're successful. But maybe we'll see each other on the other side. And then she disappears.
Haldred's gonna keep still for a moment, and then incorporates, take a look to the sky, to the moons, to where Solinari is, Lunitari, and maybe even, with the help with the blade, where Nuitari should be.
For a moment, you feel... It's just a perception. It's very hard to say, that it was actually so, but you almost saw, like, Lunitari blinking, as if it were a light. Malfunctioning, in a way. Like
Nuitari?
a torch. Yeah, the Lunitari, the red moon.
Oh.
Like, as if it were, like, being exposed, like, or like a strong wind playing with the light. But then it passes. But a strong cold wind passes through the moon chaser, and the moon chaser moves around a little bit, and then it stops. And you look around, and you don't feel Nuitari. You cannot. You use your sword, but as you move it around, you cannot actually see what it is in a way.
Yeah. I'm gonna take like a bow.
Sure.
See you on the other side, Red Lady. And I'm gonna end my watch.
Awesome. So, I think it is time for Keras. Keras' watch.
Yep.
So, Keras, what are you doing?
It's time to wake up, I think. And
Yeah.
let me see. Going to move here.
Roll a one. Let's go.
Why are you so cruel with me?
Yeah, are you going to do anything during your watch, Keras, or are you just, staying there and doing your stuff?
I think that Keras will try, now that he is alone, he will gravitate where the damage of the dragon was there.
Sure.
He will say to himself, I should have done more. I know what you're going to say, but I think that I should have done more.
You mean in the battle? Or you mean like fixing the sail?
No, with the battle. The sail was great.
I'm not gonna say no. And I think the Mendeshes says, I don't agree with her. I think you did great. You tried your best. Yeah, plus, sometimes things happen. It's very fast, stuff flies around. Be good to yourself, Remember what is going on. It's like...
There is more important thing that fighting a very bad big dragon. I know.
Sure.
But I was scared that the ship will fall.
Yeah, that would have been...
Very bad.
Very bad. Very bad. Yeah,
Very
yeah,
bad.
agree.
Yeah. DM, this is Jose.
Yep.
Keras, how much Keras know about his deity? Keras is let me see if I can say this better.
Yeah.
Minotaurs worship
It's called Sargonas,
Sargonas.
but the Minotaurs
Sargas.
call it Sargas. Yes.
Sargas.
Because that's the name in Minotaur.
What do I know about it? About him here?
It's him. It's the
think-
consort of Takhisis. Is in D&D terms is a lawful evil. So he respects might. Might makes right. For
Okay.
Sargas. That's why, for example, the leader. If you want to become a leader among Minotaurs, you need to be successful in the arena, because they believe in this idea that you need to prove how strong you are before you are actually, someone that can lead anybody. That is one of the things that they do or say. What else? What else can I tell you? He is supposed to be very bloodthirsty in a way. He's like Ares in Greek mythology, if you want to parallel to it. Yeah, it's like that kind of god.
The god of war.
The god of war, yeah. It's one of the gods, that is very hard in a way to worship, because but Minotaurs seem to do fine, by the way. And the idea is that Minotaurs were created by Sargas, because
I forgot about that. Okay.
yeah, because the idea is that Sargonas was looking for a creature to bless with their with their blessing, but no creature, supposedly according to the Minotaur myths, no creature on Kryn was strong enough or worthy enough of Sargonas' blessing. So Sargonas went and created a creature, an ancestry of creatures modeled after him. That's why he's a Minotaur. He's the first Minotaur, and he created Minotaurs in his image. So that's why you have horns and all that stuff. Yeah. So that is the long story short of Star. And all of this probably you learned when you were young, in the Isles, and every it's like pretty
Before
much
leaving,
indoctrination style. You're supposed to know all these things, and you're supposed to participate in the rituals and the sacrifices. You're supposed to go to the arena and celebrate. Both. Only the victors, really, because those who die are weak, and the weak must be excised from Minotaur society, because they are like in their way, being weak is like a heresy, is like a sin against Sargas. That's the way Minotaurs see it. Yeah.
Okay. I was asking before because Keras is thinking about try to say something to Sargas, try to imitate his friends, but he's not entirely sure. Mostly because the consequence that he don't worship him. So I think that I'm going to only look the damage and do my rounds mostly in silence.
Sure.
You are mute.
Sorry. Yeah, sure. So, give me a perception check and then roll a d20, please, without any modifiers.
Let's go perception.
Yep.
And my perception is a little low, 28.
Okay, roll, please.
Just a little.
D20. The d20 without any modifiers.
Okay. Let me roll here. Slash roll 1d20. Go.
Exactly.
17.
Good. So
Oh,
I'm going to say that you go around the ship. You take a look at the damage. It's not perfect anytime when you're on a ship, this in your bones probably. fixing something that is broken is making it work as long as possible until you reach a port. Basically, that's the way you work when you are on a sea, or in this case, among the clouds. The idea is basically the same. Your repairs are just patches until you get to a port, and then you can make like a true like repairs. And maybe in this case, probably this side of the ship will need to be taken out mostly and replaced by a new hull. Basically, because all of this is like corroded now because of the acid and everything else. The masts are they function, they work, but they are not at their full capacity, and the sails are what they are. They are just pieces of clothes sewn together, one with the other, and working in that sense. So yeah.
I think that while I'm looking at the damage, I'm thinking about the labyrinth, hoping that the ship is in one piece and everyone is fine.
Interesting. Then you hear Booman says, "Did you want me to go and see? Do you want me to check on my brother?"
You can?
I can try.
If you can, sure, go for it. See your brother.
And then he disappears for a moment, and he's not there as one of your ghosts. And then
Okay, that's you.
And then he comes back and says, "Oh, I did it! Oh, that was great!
I didn't know you can do that.
Rorks be praised! I didn't know either! I love it! I love this! So yeah, he's alright. The labyrinth is going east. I think it's going to the island of the gnomes. Going west. Trying to go as far away from the battle as possible. It's going basically the other way in which we're going."
That's so great, good news.
Yeah,
And
it is.
this is amazing. You could go and see your brother. So, sis, you can see the. Oh, stop. It's good news, good friend.
Yes, yeah. I think it is. Sure.
Well, you know that you can see your brother again every time you need. Well,
yeah, sure.
But you can.
I don't know if I can make the. And he starts, like touching his ghost form. I don't know if I'm all pieces are here. But that was good.
Let's try no experiment then so much.
Magic is working weirdly. I think. And I think I was supposed to be able to do this.
For what I understood, no, you sure? That was. Wait. Huh. My friends speak with the gods, and now you can go for longer distance?
Yes.
Huh. Maybe this is something that we can share with the rest when they are awake.
Yeah. I think so.
It's
good news.
Are you alright? You sound a little shaken.
No. It was good seeing him.
My other spirits are here.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
they're actually like really surprised and like kind of looking at him like especially like the Mender, I would say. She's like, "Are you sure you're right? You don't look alright." And he's like, "No, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I'm only one piece."
Elena, this is weird. I'm speaking with his accent. This is weird. Can I do an insight to my spirit? Or is not
This is more like an Arcana check,
Okay.
but I'll allow it. You don't have any Arcana, but you can
No,
try. Maybe
I'm-
maybe you can.
For this, I'm very bad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, very bad, and I'm.
Yeah, but it was almost a 10. Yeah, could have been better. You get this idea that, as I think as Belmont said, that there is something weird with the magic going on here. Like it seems like magic is working in a different way, or not working as before. Excuse me. And yeah, and definitely I think that's what you get, like this feeling of, well, is this what it's supposed to be? It wasn't supposed to be like this. They're supposed to be bound to you.
Yep.
So yeah. So I think that's what you have.
This is an interesting news.
Yeah.
It's worth sharing.
Sure.
I don't think I will do very much.
Are you going to wake up the rest, or are you just going to wait and tell them this the next day?
It's not urgent. So if nothing weird happen in my watch, I will let them rest.
Sure. No, without 17, nothing weird happens during your watch. And then you can see actually, the moons little by little disappearing, and then the sun coming up in the sky. And then it's the 20th. It's the last day before the summer solstice. The summer solstice is, you have one day. The morning, the next day will be the summer solstice.
So this is
And now you can actually see like the mountains a little bit far away still, but you can see like the huge mountains of Naraka, which is this whole region. And maybe hitting in one of those valleys is where you're trying to find God's home. So that's where you're going. And it is morning. I don't think anybody spent anything, but you can get a long rest again.
Jonah spent.
Yeah, Jonah spent some spells. Morning, everybody.
I think that when I finish my shift, I will enter to the central room, and in the middle of them, I will yell, "Good morning, everyone! It's a special day today."
Yes.
What is your problem? Do you remember that this is still my quarters? I said that everyone can come here, but I was on my healing sleep.
Everyone need a healing sleep, but it's the morning. It's a very good. How is the time, Elena?
Oh, let me check. Actually,
Oh fuck! It's like being a squire again. And being back at the barracks.
it's cold. Still cold. A little bit colder than yesterday. Nothing like
It's a very
nothing like.
It's a very sunny and warm day. Don't worry, we are very, very fine.
And then you see something very weird, and all of you experience this to a degree.
Never mind.
You see no wind, or like the wind that you would expect as high as you are. But then you see that inside of places, there's wind as well. Like in Haldred's room, the captain's cabin, which is basically closed around and everything. No windows are open. All of a sudden you get a wind and start like throwing stuff around. And everybody below deck reports the same. And it stays there for a while, and it's really like bothers you for a while. But once you're able to basically pin everything down, and it's a pin that is not like strong enough to resist the wind, you're able to have like a late breakfast, and then maybe have a conversation about this or anything else.
Yeah. During the breakfast, I will say that what happened with with Belham. Batman.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to be bound to me, but was able to visit the labyrinth and see his brother. That's
So-
never happened before.
Are you getting stronger?
I don't think I'm getting stronger.
What do you think, Johann?
And he was very tired, very exhausted after the event.
It could be related to what is happening with magic and prayer in general, or it could be God's home is having an effect as we approach.
Could be the solstice too. Actually, do we know why Ariakas was waiting for the solstice to attack the High Clerics Tower?
That's an interesting point.
Oh, is he waiting, or I'm just assuming?
He is waiting.
So, something is coming on the solstice day.
Aren't
Could
the
be
gods?
this.
Aren't the gods trying to stop something?
Yeah, actually, I talked to Lunitari last night, and the Red Lady affirms that even Takhisis has joined her fellow gods on the fight against this threat.
Wait, even Takhisis.
Yeah, she's behind this. And I don't know if I remember correctly, but you said that even on the side of the Knights of Takhisis, the gods aren't answering their prayers, right?
I do not think they're having problems with the prayers, but we know specifically their arcane spells are not being complicated because they don't use the moons.
The Red Lady looked pretty taxed to appear before me in her form.
Every day, every moment that we get closer, more weird this stuff is getting.
I think that means we're headed to the right place.
Yes, I think so.
Safi, how much do we reach God's home?
Well, if my calculations are right, and they're always right, we should be there before dusk.
Could we go ahead? No, I don't think so.
Go ahead with what?
Like us. But that would mean go faster than the Moon Chaser.
I believe maybe you
longer.
are capable of such a thing. The rest of us are not. Under specific circumstances, I can return to my temple in a moment, but I
That's
cannot
on the-
take us to
Yeah,
a place we have not been.
that's on the other side.
Basically, by the way, in gaming terms, at this speed, which is the maximum speed, the Moon Chaser is moving 70 feet per round.
Yeah, I could beat it, but just slightly and going like
Only you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not so much.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we are arriving on dusk, and we are moving. Fuck.
What?
We need to find something before the solstice ends, right?
If
Before
we have any
basically
hope
next
of saving
morning,
the High
So-
Clerics Tower,
So we have to move during the night. We can waste time.
No.
I would say that we rest for the rest, what remains of the journey, and we prepare to get an all-nighter and find something that we are looking for.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good for
But-
me.
By the way, I couldn't pass the Dalamar's message, which Harry didn't present last night.
With any luck, we'll have another chance.
Yeah, after this.
So, uh, anything else you would like to do during today? Are you going to try to
Nah,
No.
remain
I
rested?
have a night of healing sleep. I'm back to training. And
Awesome.
if Jonah said that he wants to train, it's like, hold that shield. I'm going to fucking wail on you.
Awesome. Sure. How about you, Keras? Anything you would like to do during today?
Keep helping with any hot fix for the chip, and if anyone want to train too, Keras is available.
Sure.
But he is mentalizing for the night ahead.
Okay. So I think following the rules of cool things and fiction, we're going to skip ahead. And it is night. And you have arrived a little bit before dusk. An hour or so. You descended from the skies among the Moonchaser. And you are in the valleys of Naraka. In the middle of enemy territory. And you keep on going for a while. I think, Jonah, you have a guess of where you should be going, and it's more, I think, maybe guidance that Dalamar gave you. I'm gonna say it's like an artifact, which actually allows you, it's like a stone that vibrates, and the closer you're getting there, the vibrations are less like smaller, and then they are like there's more, the interval is longer between vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And he told you basically that once the stone stops moving, then you're there.
Okay.
So you keep on going. I'm gonna say this. So who's going, by the way? So the three of you, who are you bringing along for this?
Alejandra, I don't know you.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Like I would say that this is a conversation that we can have on the cabin.
Please go ahead and do so.
Okay, we are getting close. What are we doing, and how are we doing?
I think we attempt to land, and then the three of us make our way in on foot.
This is enemy territory.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? No. They are probably know that we are here.
I think they are
This
aware.
is going to reveal our plans. We could task the Moonchaser to continue, and we just drop in God's home. And then can try to fool any kind of pursuer.
Mm-hmm.
That's an option. They
Seems
will be
good.
in danger, but I trust them to. If it's just flying, Safi can lose almost anyone.
That seems
Or
like the safest bet. I
we
don't think we
can-
need them to land
Yeah.
if we can get down to the ground.
Well, they need to land eventually. The ship isn't in a good shape, but I don't think Narakas is a good place to make repairs. And we wouldn't be available to defend the Moonchaser
Mm-hmm.
if it's needed.
Question: if we need to get back, I am asking Hal. If we need to get back when we are finished, how are we going to contact the ship?
That's actually a pretty good question.
I
Elena.
can send them a message,
Yes.
Ah, yeah. Jonah can send a message.
assuming
You
I
said
have the
that you
energy for
can
it.
teleport us Back to your sanctuary?
Yes, not to the Moon Chaser.
No. I don't think you have made
I don't think it
shrine
works with a moving.
vessel.
Yes.
Yeah. Would imagine. But if we need to get back to Balanthas, we can make it on an instant.
Yes.
So, we could give the Moon Chaser crew the instruction to go back to Balanthas,
Exactly.
knowing that we can go there. We can bring Elena with us. She's good. She's really good. But that would be, well, leaving the Moon Chaser.
Completely defenseless.
Yeah. Not everyone here is a fighter. Most of the crew are just technicians and really smart people.
I would say send her leading the ship back to Balantas. Should we fail, they can try and use the ship to evacuate any innocents that they can. Get the ship repaired. Try and stay out of harm's way. If we succeed, suspect we might have need for them again.
Yeah. She's not going to like this, but I think this is the best option. Do you have means to leave the Moon Chaser safe? Or do you need the Moon Chaser to get close to the ground? I can carry one of you. I can carry both of you. I don't know. I didn't try it since the last time at the tavern.
I mean, I
But I did
could
it
cast
that
Summon Celestial and have the Celestial carry me down. Seems
That
like a bit
sounds
of a
like
waste.
overkill.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah.
It's a 5th level slot.
I mean, I will need a lot of
Do we
healing,
have
very
Featherfall?
heavy.
Who would? I mean, Geras might have Featherfall.
Let me see.
I
if
mean,
can-
we are on a flying ships. That sounds like, I don't know, common sense.
I mean, we might have ropes. Like, if the ship can get 50 or 100 feet from the ground, we can lower ourselves.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we have ladders, or rope ladders that we could use.
I don't have Featherfall. I can't even prepare it.
Yeah, it's level 2, I think.
Yep. I can.
I think,
do
yeah,
that too.
ropes or ladders. That
We could drop and revivify us.
No, I mean, we could all survive
Yeah.
a really high drop. But in what, for preservation of resources, if we can get them to get,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
100
So-
feet high.
We can get lower to the ground. It was
Yeah.
just to not to cast suspicion to where we are heading.
I think one way or the other, it will become very clear where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, they know
But-
that we are here.
I
We
don't
need
think
to-
they do.
We need to suppose that they are.
They did not know our where we were going, and we have not spotted anyone observing us at the moment. But I believe our actions at God's Home will draw everyone's attention.
I'm going to get us in this. Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best. Okay, I'm going to-
That sounds like Michal.
I gilded a little the words. Don't worry. I got you. I'm going to round up the crew and tell them the plan.
Okay, so what's the plan finally then? You know, they're going back with the Moon Chaser.
To-
Are you descending?
Yeah.
Or no?
Getting low or just land so we
Yeah.
can get up
Disembark.
and send them with Elena leading actually
Yep.
back to Balanthas. That if we are successful, we can get to Balanthas immediately.
Yep.
If we are not, well, they will know. But I'm not. And when I talk to Elena, I don't even mention that we couldn't be successful. It's like we are doing this.
Yeah.
And this is happening.
So she says, I'll follow you to whatever end Haldreth. And then she goes towards Ulrich. And when you tell the plan to the whole crew, Ulrich, like, after that comes to you and says, how about me, my liege? Am I following you into battle as well? Will you have me? You are needed here, says Elena.
Where are going? There is battle. But in the time that the world is in turmoil, the world needs more than just knights to head to charge into battle. This time, and this is what you need to learn, you need to be more than just a warrior. Help Elena. Keep the people safe. That is what it's important.
Sure.
And I'm going to, I don't know, give him some sword that I have, because I have extra equipment for the starting gear. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
Are you going to make him a knight? You could free him now from service and turn him into a knight.
Yeah.
If you consider that he has been successful.
How old is he? 13.
He's like 11. 13,
Mhm.
yeah. She's pretty young.
It's still too soon, I think.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry.
No,
So,
but I would make it official that he's now Elena Esquire. She's now like officially on charge of the training of Ulrich.
Sure. And so Elena is staying in the ship, or is she going with you?
Elena is staying in the ship. She's now like acting captain.
Sure.
Going with the crew.
I would have followed you, she says.
I know
You know I would.
Yeah.
And I will lead all of you, says the rest of the crew. We will go back to Palanthas and await further orders. And if those orders don't come, then we will fight against this darkness until either we are victorious or death take us.
Actually, what rank
Sure.
is Elena on the Knights of the...
Pretty high. I think a couple of ranks below you. But she's a very high ranking Knight of the Rose. Actually, if she wanted, she wouldn't even have to like follow you or be here in a way.
Yeah,
Because,
she's pretty like high.
Yeah, she's just following you because she believes in you. She's like, she really is a follower.
Actually, I'm going to
way
take
of-
off my ring of the Archknight, and I'm gonna place it on her hand.
But you are the Archknight.
Lead them well. If you have your doubts, after this, you can return to me when we are successful and the world is free from the Knights of Takhisis.
Yes.
This is not the end. I'm rising ever higher, so I will not need that ring.
We will see each other before the end, Haldreth. I know we will. May the gods grant us this.
A hug to Elena, a hug to Ulrich, Sarah, Autumn, everyone, like, ugh.
Take care, please. And she brings, like some like rations. So the rations that you have now were cooked by Sarah. So she's like, please take care and eat your food. You always forget because you're so, dutiful.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So you've been, you're going to be off. You saw the moon chaser go and you are off. And I'm going to say that you have been investigating, going through these valleys for some time now. Night comes. And with night, you can see the stars. You can see Solinari still, now almost full. Brunitari almost about to disappear in the night sky. Like the smallest, like, sliver of red light. And you've been walking and walking. And all of a sudden, you're in the middle of a valley. Nothing seems to be here, Jonah. And the stone stops. It stops vibrating.
Wait. Can you repeat that, Elena, please?
Sure.
We've arrived, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, you've arrived, yeah.
Oh.
But there's nothing here. All around you, there's shadows and darkness. You have your light, maybe. I
Yeah.
assume, Jonah. But nothing else.
I don't understand. There's nothing on the ground. There's no ruins. There's no.
Nothing. You're
Is
in
it-
the middle of nowhere. You're in the middle of a valley. You can see like the mountains stretching up like giant black creatures going into the sky. And the sky is velvety blue. And the stars are shining. They feel very close, almost closer than they were when you were thousands of feet high above the moon chaser.
Is it
But no,
supposed to be
there's
something here, my friend?
Are the constellations all in the sky? Like, there's
Yes,
no
they are.
patch of darkness?
Nope. Ikunu gangarok te apundu.
What?
What language of that?
Yeah, I think
Hand on my
think-
heel.
I think I'm gonna check, but I think yeah, Haldroth. Actually, you understand. That was Elvish. Hear my voice and answer.
I'm going to respond in Elvish. Cast your question then, and we will answer.
What are you doing here? Tell me your name first, and then I'll reveal myself. I'm on a very important mission.
My name is Haldrad Wimrod, Archknight of the Order of the Rose of the Knights of Salamnia. Accompanying me is Jonah, the Light of the Prism. In Keras, the Minotaur exemplar of his people. We are on a pretty important mission. Now reveal yourself.
She says, "My name is Nemetraldi Lanthaloran of House Mystic. I am master of the White Robes, servant of Solinari." And this is what she looks like.
Ooh.
And I'm looking for God's home. What are you doing here?
We search for
I know
the
your
same.
name, Jonah. I've heard your name. Whispered. They say you are a revered son of Paladine.
That it is indeed my privilege. We searched for God's home as well. We have just arrived. How long have you been here? Have you found anything at all?
Elena, sorry, before you answer, I'm actively looking around me where the sound of that voice came from.
And then she appears.
Okay.
She's dressed in white.
Okay.
And wearing like white robes, but with a detail of, as you can see in the picture, I think a little bit, like some detail of like gray as well. And she's wearing a staff. Okay, then so our paths converge here. Do you see anything I do not? I've been looking here for some time now, and if there is any entrance, it has remained hidden to me.
Does God's home is underneath us? Shrouded by
Should be
some
here.
kind of spell?
Says it is my Alinsaquad. And you know this expression in Elvish means like it's hard to translate, but it's like destiny. You know, like my destiny is.
Hmm.
You can call me Nemi. I know that some of you do not speak my language, and my name may be too long and difficult to pronounce.
I'm going to reach down onto the ground, and I'm going to use thaumaturgy to just cause harmless tremors, and just see if, like, the dust that is lifted looks the same everywhere. If there's possibly an illusion here that would react differently.
Very clever. Yeah, I don't. You do this, and she smiles and says, and says something in Elvish that I'm not going to translate. But it's, I tried something like that, and even greater. I may not be the light of the prism, but I am a great magician myself.
I actually would say that this is something like recent for Haldred.
Yeah.
My divine sense. Like, now that I have been in front of a god, now I know what kind of sensation I should feel.
Awesome.
And I want to see if I can sense the slightest of tints of the presence of a god or something divine nearby.
You concentrate. Have you used divine sense before?
No, I would say
Or-
that. I would say that after I see, like a fiend, I know. Yeah, this is
Sure.
how. So this is my first time, like, knowing really celestial. Before that, Jonah was the closest to the divine that I met.
You feel like closing your eyes, and then you smell a smell that you thought forgotten, an odor that you thought forgotten, but your memory is too powerful. You smell your sister.
Without a word, I'm trying to follow that smell.
You start walking. Where are you going, Sir Knight? Have you seen the stag? Or any of those signs of the gods?
No words, just going. Like, power walking.
What the rest of you do?
We follow.
Keras.
We follow.
She starts following after you.
Yeah. I'm
This is
following the smell. Like, because I don't know, I was hoping to feel like the divine and there is the ruins of the god's home, and
Yeah.
I'm sniffing like the scent of my sister is like, fuck this. I don't know what is this, but I need to check it.
Sure. How about the rest of you?
We're following behind, but I only had one last idea, and I'm gonna wait until Haldrath's attempt reaches.
Can I ask
the
what that
conclusion.
idea was?
I was going to attempt divine intervention. Like, literally
Okay.
ask Paladin, like, give me a sign. We need...
Where?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that Keras, he's following Hal, but he's trying to understand what do Hal saw that he didn't. So I'm looking around for everything different.
As you're looking around, it's just ruins. There's not even ruins. It's like, deserted. It's like the middle of a valley without too dry, like lots of pebbles, lots of dirt, and the mountains on the side, and nothing more than that. As far as you can see. You can see in the dark and everything. And as you're looking around, like, Haldrath keeps on going,
Are you fine?
And then, Haldrath, you see a gate. A door. Made of wood in the middle of nowhere. Right in front of you. And the door is a little bit ajar. And there's some light coming through it. The slivers, like the slightest light. Golden in color. And you're able to see it.
Can you all see this?
Can
I'm
we?
gonna stop, 20 feet.
You can see the door, Jonah. You can see the door, Karas. What are you talking about? There's nothing here. There's only darkness.
There's a
Darkness
door.
and dirt and pebbles.
You can't?
What? Where?
I'm gonna point to the gate.
You led us here. Do you
It's
wish
And
to
she
step
goes and tries to touch it or go through it.
through? Mhm.
And you see it like it's like she's in another plane in a way. Like she goes through it. It's like, no, there's nothing here. What are you talking about?
I'm going first. Follow me.
Understood.
You try to open the door, but the door is like you're having problem opening it up.
Like it's offering resistance?
It's more like it needs to be opened from the other side.
Okay. It's a magic door. Can I pick it?
You approach it, and like your hands almost go through it, and for a moment, you feel immaterial when you try to do this.
Huh.
I'm going to say, stand in front of the door. Real, it's me, Haldrath. I know that you are in there. Or what is left to you, of you. Let us in. We are here to help.
Jonah, roll your divine intervention.
Okay.
Just
Is it the 100?
yeah. Just
Are
be
you
good at
going
the
low
end.
or high?
No.
Cool. Like in Tulu.
Are you level 30 cleric?
No, yeah. Sorry, not yet. You try to connect with the gods, Jonah, and it doesn't work. And Karas, would you like to do anything? Do you have any ideas?
Well, I tried to pick the door.
No, this is a door from the gods. Pray to Sargas. Sargas may open this. Receive the mark. Become a Minotaur.
Sargas! If you want us to help you in your battle, let us in.
You hear a voice in your head. I do not help the weak, only the strong. Will you swear an oath to me? Boom, boom. Name redacted. Swear to me, and I'll mark you as my champion.
Everyone else is hearing this, or only me?
Nope. Only you. And the Mender is looking at you, and Belmont, and Arata's like, what? What is happening?
Let me roll something first. What do you mean? Do you need me to do?
Just accept my blessing. I will tell you what to do when the time comes.
That will put in danger my friends?
That's a coward talks. That's how a coward talks.
No, if I want to protect them, I will protect them. I will defend them. I am strong enough to do that.
I will spare your friends if they are so important to you. I don't care about your friends.
Then so be it. So be it.
You feel like a burning sensation in your forehead? And then all of you, the three of you, see this. Most of the door disappears. And the light comes through. I can see the light! Yes, it's here, says Nami. What are you going to do?
We walk through it.
I will.
Yeah.
The three of you walk through it. And as you do, she tries to follow you, by the way, Nami, and she says, "Don't leave me behind! Don't! Please!
I'll reach out a
It's my
hand.
Linsaquar!"
I'll reach out a hand to her as I'm walking through.
She is immaterial. You try to touch her, and she's like not there anymore. The doorway disappears. And as you turn around, it is day. And you are in the middle of a fertile valley. And in the middle of that fertile valley, in the distance, there are some stone steps. And there it lies, the great city of God's home. And that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't know.
I mean, you became the champion of a
game.
truly evil god. Why are you questioning that?
Yeah.
This Keras is not.
There is nothing that we can't fix
Mm-hmm.
without killing a god.
Yeah.
In the worst case, we can just kill the god.
Worst case, yeah, we just go ahead.
I mean,
Sorry,
if-
by the way, this is what I didn't show you this. This is what God's home looks like.
Now that we step into the portal, we look this? Or
Yeah.
before?
Yeah, and the portal disappears. The doorway is not there anymore, and the last thing you hear is Nemi screaming and cursing in Elvish. And at last, the last thing she says is, "Quanta solari nenetheni mori." And her last words are, "May the stars shine upon thy road."
Could I be able to say her something before I cross the door?
Sure.
I think that Keras is a little upset for what he has done. So very with a bit brisk tone, say her, "Pray your gods to enter."
Cool. So, yeah. That's the end of the session, everybody.
Yeah.
Very good
That
session.
was pretty cool.
Yeah. This really was cool.
So, we are at God's home. We
Yeah.
need to do something here. We don't know
Yeah,
yet.
and
Still
by the
don't
way,
know what to do?
welcome to level 13th, everybody.
Woohoo! I was going to ask, but I didn't want to ask in case I
You don't need
anger
to.
the gods and
You reached freaking God's home. You did it, everybody. And this
I
is
gained that level.
getting crazier and crazier. As we're going along.
I need to look at
Fourth
level
level
7
spells.
spells.
I can finally
Precisely.
summon my dragon.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm looking at level 11 rogue or 3 sorcerer. Because yes, I'm sorcerer.
God. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oof.
Oh,
I love
and
this.
plus 5 proficiency. That's pretty important.
+5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the second to last level up of proficiency. The top is +6.
So there are two
Netherlands.
pretty cool effects.
7th level spells.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's the big ones. There's Resurrection, Regenerate.
Yeah.
But there is Divine Word, which is...
I don't know. Sounds pretty like.
Yeah. It's, I mean, we don't get
Die.
power words. Those are arcane things. We get Divine Word, which is not as powerful, but it's pretty interesting. But I also get, which might be very interesting, Plane Shift,
That could be.
which is
Really
very...
useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are other really cool symbols. There, like, and spell. There's Temple of the Gods, which is creating a, you know, a fortress that we can take shelter in. Like, but I think at the moment I'm going to be focusing on Plane Shift for the spell that I take.
Beautiful.
I need to check the level 3.
Oh fuck! I
sorcery.
have Dimension Door and Banishment.
Yeah. You're a high level paladin now.
Mhm.
Whew.
That's been
I love
was
this.
very, very good session, Elena. Congratulations. Was very fun.
Oh, thank you. You made it so great. It was a very good session. I had a lot of stuff, and I was like, "Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna get there?" Like, I was really looking for this, and yeah, this is like the end of the introduction for, according to my plans. Now the true adventure starts, in a way, and we've been having so much fun. So yeah. Thank you all for playing. You've been doing awesome. And what happened in the end? It was after the dice, you know.
Yeah.
It was after the dice. If Jonah,
If
Jonah
I
had
got
rolled
a
low,
1 in 12
yeah.
chance, I mean a 12 in 100 chance, sure.
yeah, it was
Closer.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not nothing.
Could be
Yeah.
like an 80.
And also, I think you know you make the right decision. I think as a player, I'm telling you this, not as a
Yeah.
GM.
Take
Jose,
a
I would've made the
risk.
same decision.
Yeah.
We're taking risks. We're going here.
It
was a pretty good
was a
session.
risk. I needed to do it.
Yeah, sure you did. So thank you everybody. Thank you for coming. I don't know if you want to say anything more as we are like winding down and like
No.
relaxing a little bit after the session. It was a very intense session. A lot of RP, a lot of stuff happened. And yeah, you're now in Gotham. I'm so happy.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we are good.
Yes.
So we are ready here. We're preparing for the next time.
Yeah.
And see you later, everyone.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
join us. You know, come subscribe if you haven't. You know, leave a comment so you know when we upload this. But we actually upload almost every Tuesday around lunch. So lunch hour.
We tried at least.
Eastern time, yeah,
It's the idea.
around yeah, lunchtime Eastern. So be looking for that. Subscribe, and you don't have to even take care of that. We're going to appear on your feed on YouTube, and leave us a comment because that actually helps us, and we can, if you have any questions, if you want to tell us everything about this, and then share this with a friend or share it on social media. And otherwise, I hope to see all of you soon, and I hope we'll see each other, and I hope you are here with us for our next session sometime in the future. So
Yeah.
bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.